Welcome back to another edition of Project Ule, Parenting, Wellness and Vibes. Today we'll be talking about navigating pregnancy and childbirth. And with me, I have a certified health worker, immunization specialist, a certified parent, and another certified parent. So please introduce yourselves, starting with the first parent on my right.
Okay. My name is Ogechi Odogun. I'm a first-time mom and also a businesswoman. Nice to be here.
Thank you, and
Hi, my name is Wura Owanda. I'm a first-time mom, a Gen Z mom, and I work with Corona Management Systems.
all right, welcome. And you?
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Elizabeth Hassan. I work with the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency. And yeah, I'm not a first time mom, but I'm a mother of two beautiful girls.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, thank you so much. If you've been with us thus this far, you know we're talking about immunization, vaccines, Gen Z parenting, and how to navigate having a child in this era, should I say per se. So moving on, memories. Wura and Oge, I would like to ask you. Okay, let me start with you.
Okay.
Was your pregnancy planned?
Planned. I thought we're ready for it. We're ready for it because
Wura, okay, yeah.
okay, getting married decided we're not going to just jump into childbearing immediately. So we took time out to get to know ourselves, and then we told ourselves we're ready now.
Oh,
And
okay.
then a month later,
It was very planned, down to the dot. That's really nice. Ura, what about you? Was it planned?
I didn't think so.
Oh, so it's more like since we're married, the next thing to do is just get pregnant.
No. I think I got pregnant 1 year after my wedding.
Okay.
I got pregnant the exact month that made us 1 year on my.
Oh wow. And are you sure it wasn't planned? Because like the time.
Oh no,
was
trust me, I just resumed work that same month. I started a new job
Oh.
that same month. So somehow I still got pregnant that same month. So
Hey.
you don't want to know.
This is a perfect question for you. So take us back to when you found that you had a born in the oven.
Okay, for my pregnancy journey, when I found out because it's my first time, for the first 2 months, I didn't even know I was pregnant.
Oh.
I think one of the days I just realized, oh, I've been busy. I haven't seen anything. And I told my husband to help me get strip on his way coming back. And by the time he brought it wasn't shocking, but I wasn't expecting it because I just started a new job.
Wow.
And this is just 2 months into the job and I'm already pregnant. A whole lot was going through my head. So my first period, I'm dealing with pregnancy symptoms. I'm tired, I'm nauseous, I'm throwing up, and I have work to deliver. And it's not like, and this is you showing yourself at work because your first period, your first 6 months is what they're supposed to use to appraise you, to know what you're capable of doing.
Yeah.
And that first 6 months, you're dealing with pregnancy symptoms. It was a
Well,
lot.
so
Trust
sorry
me.
about. So you had well, it wasn't. You were ready for it.
Yeah.
Let's see, you were ready for it. What were the low points for you?
I had to. The very first one was taking the test and finding out I was pregnant. Going for the lab test, I was pregnant, but going to the lab and the doctor was like, "There's nothing there. You probably had a miscarriage and you didn't know." Or if you, I said, "I haven't bled, so what's?" Well, okay, you'll bleed, and if you don't bleed, come back. It's probably a chemical pregnancy or something. We'll take it out. And I was like, I didn't plan for this. Why is all this happening? So fast forward to weeks later, I started having the morning sickness and it was terrible. So that's like the second low point for me. It was terrible, like really, really terrible. I lost like 10 kg. I had to be on bed rest for some time, but it was, we thank God, we are here. And
So, whether Gen Z or not, one thing women who have gone through pregnancy have in common are similar stories, basically. So, as an old-time mom with two beautiful girls, would you say you relate to this new Gen Z era of morning sickness, having to deal with work, etc.?
Yeah, thank you so much. Just discussing this is bringing back so many memories.
Sure.
But there's one thing with pregnancy you should know. It has got nothing to do with Gen Z or whatever the symptoms. And for me, I got pregnant when I was doing my service year. I was married a year before. So, yes, should I say I wasn't expecting it or yeah, in our culture, when you're married, the next thing is, I want to hear you're pregnant. I guess that's what everybody wants to hear. So, yeah, I was looking forward of course, to having a child because for the first 6 months of my marriage, and then I started my service here, there was nothing. So, of course, when I found out I lost my period, and I was excited, of course. But of course, with that excitement also comes a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
What am I expecting? I mean, will I have something moving in my all sorts of thoughts going into my mind? But I was looking forward to the pregnancy, really. But I guess for me, the lower point was it wasn't funny my first 3 months of pregnancy. I was really down. But lucky enough, could and just because of my health. But it was interesting, but also a trying time for me, more so because of the first 3 months was hell for me. I lost a lot of weight. I find it very difficult to eat. And then at a point, I went to the doctor. I'm saying, I'm sure something else is wrong with me. This can't be pregnancy. It's like, I don't want this baby. It's just a normal symptom. Not to all women anyway.
Yes.
It differs. But so it was a mixed feeling. I was happy at one point that I'm going to be a mother. And another point, I was wondering if this morning sickness, they call it, will continue for a very long time. But luckily for me, when I was reaching almost 4 months, it stopped.
Okay.
I found out that I even have energy that wasn't there before. So trust me, I use that
It's
to
the
try to
second
shop
trimester, though.
ahead for the baby coming.
Yeah,
So
second trimester is the only safe
it's
bit.
The second trimester.
Yeah.
That's when you have the energy,
yeah,
right?
then it starts coming back, and I was
Oh,
myself.
okay.
But it was an interesting journey, and something I pray for every woman.
Wow. Lisa hearing this, she has prayed for every woman. Okay. All right, that is really nice. I mean, you have similar stories. Like I don't know, but
Okay,
was
let me
there
see.
anything that was unexpected though? Because we hear stories before we give birth. Everybody has a story. Everybody has an advice. But as a young mom, was there anything that they did not tell me about this? Nobody told me about what is this new thing I'm seeing?
I'm trying to picture. I mean, it's more like the way you hear, you see in movies when somebody's pregnant, person is throwing up. Mine came with a lot of throwing up. So I was already initially when I was feeling nauseous, some people would be like, "Oh, you just feel nauseous, but you might not end up throwing up."
Oh.
I think I threw up all through. Then I had break during my second trimester. Then I continued throwing up
Oh
again
my goodness.
during the third trimester. So you're just anxious. It's the first time something is moving in your tummy. You don't know what this feeling is like. I don't think I even okay. There's a point you get to when you're not feeling your baby's movement, and you're like,
2 hours still.
okay.
Okay.
They said every 2 hours we should check.
Yeah.
And I haven't felt my baby kick in few hours. Hope my baby is okay. And before you know it, somebody is kicking your tummy again. So I don't think there was anything really, really unexpected. You just feel like, oh, why is my own like this? Until you hear somebody else's story and you be like, oh, okay, God, thank
God,
you.
thank God.
You just be like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Sometimes yours might be worse than another person's story. Then you get to hear somebody's own that is worse than yours. So I think it just differs for everybody.
Okay. Okay, after birth, how was it for you mentally? Or should I even say physically? After holding something for 9 months, having that weight.
But the first thing I felt was relief, instant relief, because
okay.
I had a cesarean operation
Okay.
to give birth to my daughter. So it was just instant relief. All the mental torture of, is she breathing? Has it been 2 hours? She moved or something like that. So I was just relieved. And while laying down, they brought her to me. I tell people, I didn't feel anything. I just looked at her and I was like, okay.
This is it?
They were like, identify her gender and everything. I was like, okay. And I was just relieved, like, okay. I thought I had my body back, but
Oh,
not
Allah.
really. But I
Okay.
felt instant relief.
How was it? Was it something similar to that as well?
So one thing I can tell you about motherhood is having a child changes you forever. You're never the same person, right? I noticed after I had my baby, the first thing was just to be staring at her because it was more as if I was in a dream. Do you know this feeling of you're watching a movie and then you
Yeah, you're
Oh,
the main
yes,
character.
So I was like, this came out from me. That's so. By the time it dawned on me that I'm now a mother, I discovered I became very emotional. I don't know. I cry easily. I don't know why. Some could call it
Hormones?
maybe the hormones doing their thing. But part of me was happy, that I've been able to achieve this. I've been able to do that, and I was having a lot of thoughts, mixed feelings actually. For this child right now, I'm that what that means for me will be I'm now responsible. I'm responsible for
For
this
your
life,
life, yeah.
for a life. And then I start thinking about that because there's sometimes in life you feel, okay, I've gone to this stage, let me put some things aside. And then, so motherhood teaches you that.
Was
It
that like
teaches you that.
scary? Having those thoughts of, okay, there's a baby crying in the background. It's all ambience, please. It's all ambience, okay?
So,
Character.
but the truth is, I don't think we should, speaking to young people, it's something. The experience can be scary, right? But there's nothing to be afraid of. It's just a natural part of being a woman, and God in His infinite wisdom has equipped you with everything it takes. Trust me, to handle this. So I don't want it to look, because when I was growing up, there's this. Do you know what women go through in labor? I don't even want to, at the point I don't even want to hear about what women go through. At least I've been to clinics and I've seen women shouting their voices out. And my mom spoke to me one day when I was very candid with her. I'm like, Mom, must a woman go through all this? And then she said something to me that I kept in my heart, and it helped me. And she was like, you know what? If you like shout the whole hospital down, you still go through that thing. So just be strong, right? So during the labor, I didn't have an easy labor too, and it was a bit difficult. But I had normal birth. But at the point, the placenta retained, so you know what it means having that manually removed. But still, yes, it's a very fulfilling feeling that you've achieved something. And then I think, and that's why I prefer every woman to have that.
Okay.
So for a woman who hasn't gone through this, whatever challenges you may feel comes with motherhood, every woman looks forward to it. At least a woman who wants a child. So yeah,
Okay.
it's a.
I like that. It's like at least a woman who wants a child. If you don't want a child, that's good. But if you want a child, she wishes
Raise
all the
up.
greatness
Yeah.
for you, though. Okay, that's really cool. The advice before you, but there are so many advices out there. Everybody has 1 or 2 cents, even those that don't even have a child. Have never. They will still
Yeah.
want to say something. What was one advice that you wish somebody had told you that wasn't in all those lists of advice that you got? Okay.
Accept as much help that is being offered to you. There's no award for the strongest mother out there. Just accept it. And if it's not being offered, ask for it. Ask for it. I was lucky to have my mother-in-law, my sisters, and a whole community with me, and it helped me during the first few weeks.
Yeah.
So accept as much help because you would need it. You would.
You would need
It's
it.
hard.
What about you?
I'm sure everybody has the same story because you just need as much help as possible. I remember I cried the day my mom left
Oh, I'm so sorry.
because I was the one
Like,
that
it's not just me.
when my mom was around, I wasn't even carrying my baby. I think the first few weeks I gave birth, I didn't even want to play with my baby. My mom actually made me start touching my baby. I don't know if I should call that postpartum depression or something, but I didn't want to carry my baby. And my mom noticed it. I would rather cook than carry the baby. I would just carry her, feed her, then give her back to my mom.
Were you scared of the little being?
My baby wasn't even small.
So what was
So
it?
I don't know what it was. So this whole attachment we had started after my mom left.
Oh, you had no choice.
So, like, it's just, okay, this is it. You just have to do it. You're in a town where you don't have family members around. And every time my husband steps out, it's just me. Then I said, no. I was the kind of person that said, I don't want strangers in my house. I don't want help. But
Okay.
nobody told me.
go and find one.
I said, please, this week she's not here. Every time he steps out, I come back. I said, what are we going to do? Like, what's the next step? I can't do this alone.
Okay.
Because, no.
Okay.
You need as much help as
That's it,
possible. As
Sounds
much
good.
help
Would
as
you?
I totally
Something
agree
to
with you,
that?
but I wasn't that lucky. My mom, I don't know. My mom is a very strong person, and
Wow.
I remember during my time, she was like, "Where did you get this from? Why didn't you follow me and then be like this?" So yeah, children are different. But for me, I'm like, you wouldn't believe she came to Abuja and just spent a day with me and left. What is there you cannot do?
Oh my goodness.
So I have to
for
learn.
someone, of
I have to
course,
learn. I have to
wow.
learn to cope. But just like you said, I think it's very important to have support around you. So I was lucky to have
True.
some women from my church coming around to bathe the baby.
Yeah.
Because some of those babies, my daughter was quite small. So,
Okay.
I don't even know how to start washing the face
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So for me, I think one of the advice they should tell a young mother is it's okay not to feel you are everything. You're not a superwoman. It's okay to feel inadequate sometimes. It's okay to feel I'm not up to the task. It just comes with the feelings. we're humans too. We're not superhuman
Humans,
beings. So
yeah.
it's okay. There'll be periods in your life you feel inadequate. There'll be periods in your life you feel you're not doing enough.
It's just
you're not
part of
being
being human,
Yeah, so
basically.
just accept that and then move.
okay.
But gradually you play into that role and
Exactly.
then
Okay. So, well, let me ask you, while you were pregnant, did you get any vaccines?
yeah.
Did you know the idea before then?
Okay, because I work in a public health space, yes. Because I think one of the days I was going for my antenatal, my team lead was like, "Have you taken your tetanus?" So even though before I started working there, I didn't know I was supposed to take tetanus
Okay.
during pregnancy. So while working there, you know that most times unconsciously they follow up with your vaccine schedule. Even after giving birth, self, once in a while they'll be like, "Hope she's up to date
Oh,
with her
nice.
vaccine."
Okay.
And all. So yes, I took the tetanus injection. You take it twice while you're pregnant. Once, then 1 month later, I took the second one. I think that was the only vaccine I took during pregnancy.
Okay. How does this affect the baby? Don't worry. Okay. Tell me, did you know about getting vaccines before the pregnancy part, or?
No, I had no idea. But like she said, when I went to the hospital, after registering for antenatal and everything, I was told to go get my first shot. And that was it. I didn't know. But I had to ask Google, what is this
What
for?
shot was that?
Tetanus.
Okay, as
Yeah,
well. So I guess
so-
the mother just takes tetanus.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Elizabeth, tell us a bit more about the vaccines that they talked about, tetanus, and how it affects the mom and the baby.
Thank you so much. So, as an agency that promotes vaccination, and the essence is to protect the well-being of the mother and then, of course, the child. So, during pregnancy, basically, a woman takes one vaccine, and it's called during my days it was tetanus Texas vaccine, but right now it's TD. Right? It's basically to protect. There's an infection called tetanus, and you must have heard about it when a child goes to this kind of, how do I explain it?
Checking.
But
It's
yeah,
like seizure.
yes, and that can be passed on from the mother to the child,
Oh, I
right? So
see.
it's good for her to get vaccinated when she's pregnant to also protect the baby. So it's a very important vaccines that we encourage pregnant women to take.
So when does she start this dose?
When she started antenatal, immediately started antenatal. So when
Okay.
started antenatal, I think 4 months. Some women are 3 months. 3 months. Yes, she's supposed to start on the first dose, and then she finished up before
Okay.
she has her baby. But it's a very important vaccine for pregnant women. So most times vaccines promotes, it's cost saving. You kind of prevent it before it happens. So you don't want to get down with that disease and start
Looking
going
for
through
ways to.
Yes,
It might be
so
late by
just
then,
to prevent
probably.
it before it even starts.
See, prevention is better than cure.
Then when you have the baby, we start another thing for the child.
And the mom as well. Or
And
just
not
the
the
child?
mom, the child. So
Okay.
we do more childhood vaccinations. now.
Okay.
Yes.
So that I'm doing my vaccine.
But then
and
we
carry on.
try to also promote maternal health by ensuring that during antenatal, of course, a woman who is pregnant should come for antenatal. During that time, of course, we help to, help her out and then ensure that protect her well-being and that of her child.
Okay.
Yes, but once the baby is born, our focus will now also be
On the
child.
child vaccination,
Okay.
vaccination.
All right. We've talked about while they were pregnant, and now after the break, we're going to talk about postnatal after the baby is in here. So catch us up in a minute. We're going for a break. And welcome back to Parenting, Wellness, and Vibes for the girls out there. Anyway, we've been talking about navigating pregnancy and childbirth. And with me, I have Oge, a parent, Wura, a parent, and Elizabeth, an immunization specialist. So we're talking about postnatal. How has it been after pushing out these babies of ours? So, okay, after birth, did your baby receive any vaccine?
Yeah, she did.
How was it? Can you walk me through the series of vaccines she got?
I might not be able to mention all, but she got the BCG, she got is it the polio vaccine or something? I don't know. And she got quite a number of vaccines. And one thing we noticed, not with all, but most of them was the high fever after, then the chicken thigh stuff. My husband calls it the chicken thigh, the one they give on the thigh. Because she had a little swell, and then you have to use ice to like compress
down.
So he calls it the drumstick. So
Well,
that-
you're looking confused. You don't understand the chicken thigh.
No, my baby didn't actually react
To any of
the
those?
vaccine.
Oh,
Apart
Oh.
that's
from
good.
her 6 weeks, her 6 weeks. It was the 6 weeks. Even before we went for it, my mom was like, "When she comes back, you have to be strong." Oh."
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So by the
Usually
time we
prepping
came
for
back,
that.
maybe we finished. Everybody was like, she didn't cry. She just cried and stopped. Then she was playing. We go home. She was playing. Then she slept.
Oh,
When
that's
she woke
good.
up, she couldn't raise her leg. I didn't know what was happening, so I just carried her, and she was screaming.
Yeah.
I was like, "Mommy,
What's
this
happening?
girl does not cry. What is going on?" That's how we knew that, it was the vaccine. She couldn't raise any part of her body. She was just crying. I think her whole body was paining her. But before she slept in the night, it was all gone. By the next day, she was feeling normal again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And same thing repeated again when we went for her 14 weeks vaccine. It was just the pain after she woke up from sleep. Then before she slept in the night again, it was okay.
So there was no chicken thighs.
No, she didn't have any of those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when you see your child going through this and you know that, oh, there's another vaccine coming up, how do you feel? Like, do you get nervous when vaccine days are approaching?
Not nervous per se. Like you said, it's just a matter of hours and they are good. One thing I always take along with me is the PMC,
What's the PMC?
paracetamol.
Okay.
We give her PMC immediately after a shot,
Oh,
and
But,
she's good.
in mine, we were advised not to give them actually. So when we
Oh,
came,
okay.
before they gave them the vaccine, they were like, "We know that some of you now take paracetamol before coming, so just allow it
No, not
do its
before.
thing."
Afterwards.
Even okay, maybe because she didn't experience such pain, so I didn't have any need to give her paracetamol. But I was never a fan of just giving children
No, the
drugs.
paracetamol was for
Actually,
the high fever.
For the fever,
It was
right?
for the fever,
Okay.
not for the pain or anything. Because the pain, we're told to just
Relax
use
it.
ice
I
on
used to
it,
do
and
that.
that was all.
Seeing this two contrasting topic talked about, what would you say about the paracetamol being given to a child after vaccination?
So for me, it's a global accepted fact that vaccines are God's gift to humanity, right? And we have seen how vaccines have eradicated a lot of killer childhood diseases, like the
Polio, for
has
example.
been eradicated, thank God. And we have, if you see a child coming down with measles disease, it's not a joke.
Yeah.
You know, this is something that can get a child blind. It's that terrible. So the idea is, why will you want your child to go through this when there's something that can help to prevent this? So vaccines are very safe, they're effective, and as an agency, we've introduced a lot of vaccines that aims to eradicate some of those diseases. We don't even want the child to come down with them. BCG that you talked about is given to a child as soon as he's born, and guess what that disease, that vaccine prevents? Tuberculosis. You know what tuberculosis is? We've introduced vaccines for, measles disease, for pneumonia, name them. And then recently we've introduced the malaria vaccine, which is a common disease that at least in 2 states for now. So we believe vaccines are the best cost-effective way to prevent diseases. And we always sensitize caregivers to the need to ensure that child get vaccinated, because how will you feel as a caregiver, as a mother, to know your child coming down with a disease that he shouldn't have had in the first place? Or
That could have been avoided.
Having polio when something a drop of some few drops in the
Could
mouth
have
can help
cured
him.
it.
So
Yeah.
one thing we should know is vaccines are safe and they're effective. And as a government, the government of Nigeria will not introduce anything that would
Kill
its
its
people.
citizens. Yeah.
So as an agency, we don't just introduce anything. We also work with experts.
There's a lot of research that goes to,
NAFDAC are one of our stakeholders, and then of course we work with all those people too. So we must have certified that these vaccines are very safe before they are given. Yes, but it was also not new to controversies. We've had a lot of things during the days of polio eradication to COVID, all sorts of things about vaccination. At the point I saw a video and it was quite funny, more like we'll develop magnets in our body and stuff, name it, but vaccines are very safe, they're very effective. So just to say, the fear of AFI actually adverse events following immunization, and that could be a small, maybe a pain from the injection side, just like you mentioned, your baby finding it difficult to raise your leg, a little fever. So of course vaccines are something new introduced into the body, and the body reacts. So
Of
all react
course,
differently.
yeah.
But we assure you that most AEFIs are very mild. That could just be maybe a mild fever, maybe some child developing fever, the body gets hot, pain
Just
at the
helps.
injection site. You have some of the children crying overnight, of course, because you've inflicted pains, right? But the little pain you cause that child, and then looking at the benefits he will derive from getting that vaccination, I think the benefits far outweighs the little pain he will
true.
go through. So, yeah, as a mother, as a new mother, I know you may not like me. I didn't want to. When I took my children for vaccination, I don't want to even watch them giving them. Because there's one thing as a mother,
you don't want to see your child through
that
pain.
protective
Yeah.
instinct that you don't want anything to hurt your child.
Yes.
But you kind of put your face by the side when you're doing all that.
Because it's
But
good
when
for
I
the
know,
baby.
and it's also good for my baby. You
Yeah.
can bear it. So it's okay. But the good thing, our health workers are trained to also educate the parents before the vaccination. They will tell you the vaccine the child is receiving, what that vaccine can help to prevent. We call it key messages. And then they will tell you when the next due, when the vaccine is due for you to come back.
Yeah.
And they will tell you possible side effects, which are, the baby may have mild fever. If the body is even too hot,
there's
just
a way you
dip a
can
towel
do
or
it
maybe hot
and
water
put it
rub the
through.
body and the baby is fine.
Okay.
But if he has a fever, you
Yeah.
can give paracetamol. But just like the point you mentioned, it's wrong. Giving paracetamol before coming for vaccination may reduce the efficacy of the vaccines you're giving the child. So we discourage parents from doing
that,
But
yeah?
the truth is that the benefits of vaccination far outweighs the little
The little-
discomfort we give that child.
So I'm curious, so you're saying that if your baby is vaccinated, whatever that is supposed to prevent will never happen to that baby.
So let me explain. Yeah. So sometimes in some of the vaccinations, we give what we call a booster dose. Have you ever taken COVID vaccines and you had booster? So basically,
yes.
I've heard people said, "Oh, I've taken the measles vaccine. Why does my child have measles?" Sometimes it comes down with measles. But do you know the amazing thing? The child that took measles vaccine that came down with measles, and the child that never took that vaccine and came down, that's the great difference.
Yeah.
So sometimes, some children, not all, may take the measles vaccines, for instance, and they may still develop rash. You just wake up one day, I see a rash all over the body. And not much more than what a real measles will
Be okay.
So yes, we guaranteed that when a child takes the vaccines that is in our RI schedule, all those things, the child should come hepatitis, which is a very contagious, more contagious than even disease,
very
all those terrible
under-talked
diseases.
about.
Yes.
What is the podcast talking about? Vaccine, parenting, immunization, without the baby in the building. So introducing Oluwa Darasimi, the first baby in Project Ule. Oh, come on, girl. Oh, I'm so sorry, baby. Oh, come on. See the stress we're giving this child.
About 5 minutes.
That is Oluwa Darasimi, everybody. Yes. So, went for a break. We came back, and all of a sudden, there's a baby. It's only natural to have a baby on the Project Ule podcast as we're rounding up season 4. Hi, Oluwa Darasimi. Sorry, she's in her slim mood. She doesn't want to talk to anybody today. So it's okay. Anyways, Darasimi, please, I'll be talking to your mom. Thank you. Okay, Mama Darasimi, tell us, before having vaccines for the babies, were there any myth or rumors that you heard that were probably not sitting well with you?
Yes, I heard one about the MMR vaccine. That's the
Okay.
measles and MMR vaccine. I heard it causes developmental delays in babies, like speech delays and other things. So I was quite skeptical, but I was like, I took it and I'm okay.
You're brave.
She'll take it.
After hearing that rumor, you still took it.
I turned out fine, so
Ura, did you have any?
Mostly the ones you see online on propaganda where they are saying, "Oh, the white people that are introducing it to us,
Trying to
they
kill
they don't
us.
take it. They just want to kill Nigeria."
I hear it every year. Funny, it's still going on till date.
So if you go online, just open the comment section and you see people fighting. Oh, them they don't take it. They don't give their children. They just want us to take it so that we'll all die. And I'm like, if they kill all of us, who is going to remain now? So who wants to kill anybody?
Okay. What do you have to say about these rumors that keep flying every decade?
So thank you very much. Just to say the rumors are very real. So you guys are not just talking, yeah? But as an agency also, we're not new to controversies. Since the days of, we started our fight against polio, you've had all sorts of things. But I'm happy that I'm a mother of 2. My daughter should be, my first child should be 22 years old.
Wow.
And I took my vaccination. I took my shots when I was young. Even those hours during those days was different from what the way we take them. And I still have my children. So of course those rumors are just cooked up from somewhere just to discourage people. But just like I reiterated earlier, the Nigerian government loves its people. However you
Nigeria
see,
for the win. I love my
and they will
country.
not encourage anything that will jeopardize the life of our citizens, right? So we don't just do things as an agency. We also work with experts that we work with. Just to know, Nigeria is not the only country that give vaccination. There's something done all over the world. But one thing I'm also happy is a lot of Gen Zs are very enlightened. They go to social media, they make to find out things themselves, and so if you're not biased, if you really want to find out the truth about vaccinations, yes, you will. But also, the truth is, there are a lot of other contents out there in social media to discourage
People from doing this.
one of the vaccines we introduced was HPV vaccine for cervical cancer. So for those who don't know about cervical cancer, I know that we give it to girls 9 to 14 years old. During the year of introduction, now we only give girls that are 9-year-old.
Okay.
So if I tell you about cervical cancer, you probably don't know what I'm saying. You may be a bit familiar with breast cancer.
Yeah.
But statistics data, based on the data we have, about 12,000 women get infected with virus every year. And we lose about 8,000 of those women every year annually. So imagine 8,000 women dying.
Whoa.
People don't want to talk about it, but it's very real. And when we finally introduce this vaccine, we keep hearing, you're trying to sterilize the girls.
Okay, that's where it came from.
We tell
I've
them,
heard that
okay,
rumor.
HPV vaccine is not just given to girls, you can also give boys. Because HPV vaccine is a sexually virus infection. It's a sexually transmitted infection. Boys can get it and girls can get it. But we're focusing on the girls because girls are the ones that have cervix. The cervix is the mouth of the womb where the baby comes out. So, yes, rumors are out there, but let me assure Nigerians and assure every young Nigerian out there that vaccines are very safe and they are effective. Just to assure you, the vaccines are safe. If you hear any rumor about any vaccination, try to find out.
Yeah.
At least from a health worker who can also guide you. Some of those people have their reasons why they promote what they do. And then, of course, we can't force everyone to do this thing, but we give you informed information and allow you to make an informed choice.
That's the basis of Project Ule. It's to inform people, to let them know this is safe. And thank you so much for addressing some of the concerns that we here have and people out there have as well. With what Ms. Elizabeth has said now, what would you tell first-time parents that are anxious about clinics and immunization?
So I would say it can be scary, no doubt, it's scary. But like we have discussed here, the benefit outweighs the negative side of it. So it could be, yes, everybody wants what's best for their children, but you shouldn't be anxious. You shouldn't let your fear cost you more than it's supposed to cost you. So that's what I should tell. I have for first-time moms. You shouldn't let your fear cost you more than it's supposed to cost you. We are anxious. We all love our babies, but the evidence is there. Vaccines are safe. Vaccines save lives. So, so you shouldn't just let myths and misinformation deprive your child of
living the best life.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
Okay, I would say do your research.
Very important.
We have tons of information out there. Do your research and also speak to a healthcare worker that you trust. That's very important because that was what I did. I have my doctor's number on speed dial. I have family members that are in healthcare. I would always ask them, should I do this? Should Dara take this?
Yeah.
Because it saves you a whole lot of stress, like they said, in the long run.
And I believe these doctors are always willing to answer, to give help.
Okay. Sorry, you do. I think we should also accept that sometimes too. I've gone to the comment section and I've seen people saying, "I'm a doctor, but I would not advise somebody to take vaccine."
Are those
So
real
there are
doctors?
some doctors and there are some health workers too that are also spreading this propaganda.
Okay.
So yes, I've seen it in the comment sections. I've seen rumors. I mean, Project Ule, we had to surf through the net. We did social
do
listening.
researching.
So from our social listening too, you could see where somebody is also telling you, I'm a health worker, but I would not let my child do vaccine. So like she said, do your research.
But what if you do your research and then you end up in that kind of comment section or that kind of page? How do you now handle it?
So now that's why there are verified pages like the MPHCDA pages.
Okay.
So you go there. I mean, this is from Nigeria. This is from the government. You think the government wants to put out something that you can use against them?
Yeah,
later?
of course not.
No. So I think we should also go to verified pages and know who you're getting your information from and know where you're doing your research too.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So I would like.
If I can just add to that. So you're right. Some of the push back against vaccination, funny enough, are from some of our health workers. But those are mostly based on personal opinions on what they feel, and then they try to get. But I think the most important thing from everything we have said, make your research and then get information from the right sources. A health worker who believes in what he's doing, and I'm sure they'll give you the right information.
Exactly.
All right, thank you. I mean, I heard it from a verified health worker as well. I would like you to help give me 5 tips on immunization schedule prep for a new mom.
So the good thing during your antenatal visits as a new mom, you'll be told that once the baby is due, your baby will take some vaccination. So some of the talks you receive during the antenatal period are also to prepare you for that arrival of your child and his immunization schedule. So for Nigeria right now, our schedule cut across children from 0 to 23 months.
Okay.
So we have, before then we have 0 to 9 months. Once the child reached 9 months with the measles vaccine, we're like, okay, congratulations, you're done with your vaccination shots for you. But right now we give booster measles at 15 months, and then we also give other vaccines related to when you're more than 9 months we give, and then part of our schedule is now the HPV vaccine, which we give younger adults and girls of 9-year-olds. So when you look at our schedule now, you see from BCG from birth, OPV 0, and then you see HPV, including malaria vaccine. We give to right now it's just in 2 states. We haven't introduced that. So you should the beauty it's if you work with our healthcare workers, they are well trained. When we introduce any new vaccine into the country, we train them, because those are our frontline health workers. Those are the people. We don't just train them on how to administer the vaccine. We also train them on what to tell the parents to reduce the fear of especially for new mothers. There's nothing to be worried about, and then in case you experience this after the vaccination, this is what to do. So they're well trained on that. So as a new mother, I think you're pretty good with our public health facilities. Sorry, I can only speak for the public health facilities, because the private, they run their thing.
Separately,
like the
differently.
Measles, mumps, and rubella, we don't give it in public health facility.
Is there a reason?
We're about to introduce measles, rubella. There's no moms inside, right? But so some private health facilities also have a schedule that is differs from the one the government.
The public one, yeah.
But it's fine. If most of our public health facility, you know what to do, when to come for the next dose. We give you a card which tells you you've taken this today. It's due.
Right till next day.
Penta 1, 2, and 3 doses. The PCV 1, 2, and 3. You have to come 3 doses to get them. So you're pretty covered, and even if you're not educated to know what the card says, they will tell you, and then they may tell you, okay, in the next 2 market days, most of our
they can understand that one.
So they understand that. So you're good. We have you covered.
So any last statement, any last input, Wura, okay? I don't know if you had anything after what she said. Anything is possible. The brain works in mysterious ways. If you have nothing though, it's okay.
I don't have anything.
All right,
I
then.
think just basically covered it.
Okay, any last word? Dorasimi, any last words? No? Okay. Well, for our viewers out there, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Please share to other people, other new moms, other new dads, other new health workers. Just keep clicking on that share button to every social media platform until we get the information rolling, because knowledge is power. And right now, Project Ule is giving you tons of knowledge and powerful tools to use. Well, what to expect on our pages moving forward, related content of immunization and parenting, some fun tidbits, polls, and we'll want to also maybe have some games to assess your information and knowledge about what you've learned so far here. So we also want you to let us know what you want to know, what you want to learn, what you want to understand, and what you don't even understand. Project Ule is well equipped to give you health workers and parents that have gone through such things. So you're hearing from real life people. In summary, though, today we've navigated parenting and childbirth, and it's actually not that scary. I thought it was going to be very scary, but after hearing from old-time mothers, new mothers, becoming mother, I guess I can handle it now. So yeah, thank you so much for this podcast session. Thank you, Oge. Thank you, Ura. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.